Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the Warhammer 40k World Championship Preview. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. World Championship Preview. Captain Titus battles Necrosaur Ammentar for 500 Worlds of Ultramar. The Imperium is under siege. Times are dire, for even Ultramar is hard-pressed. And with the Revute Guilliman busy overseeing the Indominus Crusade, the defense of the 500 Worlds falls to his people. While others push out to reclaim the lost borders, one illustrious captain is asked to secure the critical interior. A task made ever more difficult with the terrifying specter of the lost Necron Empire returns to plague the galaxy. Alright, so we got all kinds of cool new stuff for Warhammer 40k. Let's jump in and take a look. So first we have Captain Titus, Master of the Watch. So a brand new Titus model from the Space Marine video game, and he is looking awesome. Much cooler than the previous Titus. That's right, Captain Titus, no longer the humble lieutenant he was in Space Marine 2 and Secret Level Animation. He's certainly going back up in the world, and as Master of the Watch is tasked with the defense of Macragge and Ultramar's soft interior, which brings him the story at hand. So previously Titus was demoted to Lieutenant, and the model was just sort of so-so, kind of looked like he was slipping on a banana peel, but now here he's been re-promoted to Captain or Master of the Watch. So still has the chainsword and bolter, but now he's got a cool new cape and some nice new armor. Very, very nice. As for Captain Necron, the former leader of the second company, well, there's usually only one way Space Marine jobs open up, and we'll be taking a closer look at that next week. Even the most exceptional men cannot rule alone, and Titus adventurers have taught him that humans and Space Marines alike have plenty to offer his command team. His new miniature comes with an entire unit and helpful advisors and confidants known as the Wardens of Ultramar, some of whom you may recognize. Alright, so we have the Wardens of Ultramar. Newly promoted at Titus' express recommendation despite his relative youth amongst veterans. Ancient Gadriel hefts the massive banner of the second company and can always be found in the thickest fighting alongside the captain's mentor, veteran Sergeant Martarius. Both have ample experience fighting alongside Titus, and he values their advice above all others. So we basically have an ancient and a Blade Guard veteran. On the shorter side, Gaius Silva commands a vast fleet of Ultramar defense ships and is an expert at handling the tensions between an overworked mortal crew and their often pitiless masters, making him an essential part of Titus' muster. Amelia Minervis is a highly respected legatus of the Ultramar Defense Auxilia and serves as a command team's liaison to its legions of human soldiers. Lucia Vesha joins Titus' War Council as a valued plenipotentiary and diplomat whose keen negotiation skills have saved the Second Company from needless battles on countless occasions. While the sharp-tongued and forthright Dainal Cornelius is a veteran astropath who has survived for over 100 years in Ultramarines' employ. Alright, so another little miniature pack. So you're going to have Titus and then his two Ultramarine brethren and then 4 of their human associates. So cool little pack of characters. Obviously Titus looking really cool. Overall pretty nice though. So here we can see the Ancient from the video game. And then here we have the Blade Guard from the video game. And then here we got like all their little associates. So some cool little models right here. Definitely got a unique look and style to them. Very nice. Titus will need all the help he can get. Titus will need all the help he can get as the malign presence has awoken and now moves with great haste towards the worlds of Ultramar, bringing bloodthirsty hordes of robotic destroyers in its wake. Even other Necrons fear its passage, and to them it's known by one name, Ammentar. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products including miniatures, terrain, paint, tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. Alright, so next for the Necrons, we have the Necrosaur Ammentar, and this looks absolutely sick. Necrosaur Ammentar is thought by many to be the genesis of the Destroyer Curse, and by others to be the entire mythological, a parable of guilt and betrayal that harkens back to the shattering of the Catan. Strangely, all memories of its origin appear to have been forcibly removed from the collective Necron psyche, though only the Silent King has the authority to make such sweeping modifications, and he's not the most talkative of people. Alright, so absolutely sick model right here. He's got a bunch of arms like a Wraith, but kind of combined with a Destroyer Lord. Very, very cool right here, and then obviously an awesome base. Ammentar is very real, however, and labors with surprising lucidity on its crusade to eradicate all life from the galaxy. It harbors an extreme affinity for the Catan known as the Nightbringer, and aims to reunite its scattered shards to one day revive the ancient star god in full. This is widely considered to be a bad idea, especially by the Necrons themselves. The very presence of the Necrosaur is enough to corrupt the minds of Necrons, from the humblest warrior to the noblest overlord, and it commands vast hordes of enthralled soldiers. A selection of those converted into brutally efficient destroyer warriors can be yours to command, with the new 500 Worlds Battalion Necron box containing a Hexmark destroyer, 3 Scorpek destroyers, 3 Ophidian destroyers, and 2 Locust heavy destroyers, along with a pair of attendant plasmacytes. Alright, so we got a new Necron box coming out here. Very cool. Definitely a nice little addition to an existing Necron force, or a great little start to a Necron force. Although it's not a ton of models and it's more elite models, very thematic. You may have seen the next chap already, but pretend you didn't, so it's just as awesome and unexpected as it would have been if he didn't slip his bounds a little too early. It's the Catan Shard, the Nightbringer. Okay, so absolutely sick. We are finally getting a new Catan Shard of the Nightbringer. Much more in line with the newer plastic Catan, and a massive glow up from like the old resin fine cast kit. Very, very cool. This is going to be absolutely awesome to paint, and he is a complete monster on the tabletop. Turns out, even a premature reveal can't dampen how impossibly cool this miniature is. A Miniature of the Year contender if we've ever seen one. The emergence of this Shard of the Nightbringer is a real worst-case scenario for the Ultramarines, and Ammentar can't wait to set his spectral nightmare loose on the 500 worlds. Nightmares, yeah, he has more than one shard. The battle between Titus and Necrosaur Ammentar is a seismic event, big enough to command its own set of campaign books. Alright, so to go along with all of these awesome new models, we have the 500 Worlds Titus campaign books. Captain Titus takes up arms in 500 Worlds, Titus' next major narrative expansion for Warhammer 40,000. Presented as a set of 4 books enclosed in a decorative slipcase, 500 Worlds Titus tells the story of the Ultramarines' reclamation and embattled Vespator Front, where Titus and the Ultramarine 2nd Company are locked in a desperate struggle against the Necrons, force rife with the Destroyer Curse. Alright, so we have 500 Worlds Titus, 500 Worlds Dread Incursion, 500 Worlds War on the Vespator Front, and then 500 Worlds Titus Detachments. In addition to the headline book, packed with lore, miniatures, photography, and glorious new artwork, the 500 Worlds Titus set includes War on Vespator Front, a complete campaign system for Warhammer 40K that pits 3 alliances against each other in a bid to control territories and capture critical locations across large campaign map included in the set. Also in the slipcase is Dread Incursions, boarding action supplement with a new mission and maps that can be played independently or as part of the Vespator Front campaign, and a book of 6 new Warhammer 40K detachments of the Space Marines and Necrons. It's a lot to take in, and we can't wait to share more about these exciting books and miniatures with you. But you'll have to wait now, as there's still loads of more Warhammer preview stuff to see, so head back to the Reveal Hub and check out everything else we've shown off today. Titus will be back, we promise. Alright, so very cool. Obviously, Titus and his bros, very cool. But the Necrosaur, absolutely amazing. And then, of course, the Shard of the Nightbringer, absolutely amazing as well. But we have already previously seen him. And then some nice books to go along with it to set the scope and lore. Very cool. And of course, we will do some more recap videos of everything shown off on the World Championships preview. Let me know what you think down below. Are you excited to pick up the Necrons? Are you going to be leaning in on the Ultramarines? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And as always, special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.